Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
The Stock Movers Podcast, your roundup of companies making moves in the stock market, harnessing the power of Bloomberg data.
Let's take a look now at stocks on the move today. I'm Paul Sweeney with Jess Minton and Bloomberg's Lisa Mateo.
All right, so I want to start with Carmax, used car seller, ticker KMX. Its shares have been up as much as 10% before the bell. So a couple of things. It logged higher profit and sales in the fiscal first quarter. The company sold more cars, and that was despite slightly lower prices, so it was kind of offset by higher volumes. Its CEO, Bill Nash, said that Carmax, what they do is they benefit because they have this customer-centric car buying, selling experience that people like. Okay. That's what Jess says, too. I guess it was easy for Jess to do when she sold her car. A couple specifics, though, if you want. It posted profit just over $210 million for its 3 months ended May 31st, and that was higher than a year earlier. Its quarterly earnings, they were higher than expected. Revenue rose 6.1% to $7.5 billion, and same-store used unit sales increased 8.1% from last year. So pretty good results. We're also watching, because of that, shares of Carvana. They're up about 1% too. So that is Carmax. Now we go to Darden Restaurants.
All right, Darden
I don't know.
is...
Have you been to Olive Garden?
No. I've been to the Capitol Grill.
Yeah.
I've been to the Roots Chris Steakhouse.
Good.
They used to own Red Lobster.
Not anymore.
That went through bankruptcy.
They got some good brands there.
Yeah.
Okay.
They do. So their ticker DRI, their shares have been up as much as 4%. Slightly better than expected sales. Earnings edged down just a bit. They said sales were higher, though, because of this mix of growing same restaurant sales. Also, they had sales from this acquisition. They apparently have 103 Chuy's Tex-Mex restaurants. I'm not sure if Chuy's is around here. 25 net new restaurants as well. So if you want the specifics for Darden Restaurants, earnings of about $303 million for the fourth quarter, slightly down from $308 million in the prior year. So that's why those earnings kind of edged down a bit, but posted better than expected sales on that front.
Nice.
So then we go to Accenture, ticker ACN, and this is one of the country's biggest consultancy firms. Yep. They reported better than expected earnings for the fiscal third quarter, but the thing is its shares have been down as much as 5%. The reason why, well, it announced a ton of leadership changes. It also said bookings had declined again, so that's why their shares are lower this morning. And then I want to get to someone else you guys have been talking about too. Stablecoin issuer Circle, ticker CRCL. So the shares have been up as much as 14% before the bell. But if you look at it, I mean, it soared 34% on Wednesday. The whole reason behind this is that the Senate passed the Genius Act. This is this bill to regulate stablecoins. And so basically it sets up these regulatory rules for cryptocurrencies that are pegged to the dollar. But it sparked a couple things. For example, Seaport Global Securities, they initiated coverage of Circle with a recommendation of buy. And they say the company is, quote, a top-tier crypto distributor with a sizable future opportunity. So they see some good things in it. As of the last close, the stock has risen more than 540% from its IPO price of $31.
That was June 5th.
Yes. And then if you look at like cryptocurrency exchange, Coinbase also higher before the bell. Their shares have been up as much as 2%.
The Stock Movers Podcast from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.